we're going to give each person 1 minute to answer their question. They do not know what the questions are, so I'm going to be pulling them out of the draw here. They get 1 minute, so if I have to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I will be cutting you off. So it's got to be quick, short responses. We're going to go through this twice, so each person's going to get 2 questions. If your question does not get answered, do not fear. You can go and talk to them after we are done. Okay? So, do we have a timer at the back? Yes. Okay. So we're going to start with Dr. Darrell. We'll put him on the spot. If I can find the right one here. There he is. Oh, that is a great idea. Sure, you can just hold the possibility. So David, if you could hold yours, hold yours. Yep, there you go. Perfect. All right, so you want to shake that around? Okay, first question for Dr. Darrell. So we got the timer ready?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. At what age should you start chiropractic? Go.
Okay, so you all just heard Dr. Andrew. What do you think the best time to get your spine checked? At birth. I mean, you think about it. He blew me away with a statistic. He said that 80% of children are born with twisting and pulling. And when that twisting and pulling, we think, okay, it's kind of jarred. But if you think about forceps, the average child will be born with about 40 to 50 pounds of pulling pressure. How much does a baby weigh? So that's 7, 8 times the baby's weight. If you add forceps or C-section, most people think C-section will just kind of draw the baby out. Ask the mother, it can be they literally feel like there's violence happening down below them. And it's all covered, they can't see it. But 120 pounds of pulling pressure on a little baby with forceps.
Yep, okay, you're right on time there. Okay, so let me answer the question, or ask the question first. Okay, so this is for David, our holistic expert. Okay, David, here we go. I am on 2 drugs at the same time. How will I react to coming off both at the same time?
Great, thank you.
Go.
Now, polypharmacy is the process of piling one drug on top of the other. I don't know that there's many people in this group who probably, if you are on drugs, chances are you are on more than one. And a lot of people when I was a pharmacist, were on 6 or more. So when you're on 2 drugs, the interaction between the 2 drugs becomes as relevant as because they affect each other's work. For example, some people are on 2 antidepressants at the same time, and they interact or change each other because of the way that they change your nervous system. So coming off one drug can be incredibly complex. And coming off 2 are almost impossible to predict how people will react. There is no information in the blue books, the CPS, thank you. The CPS, which is the book that says how to take the drugs or what it should and shouldn't be taken with, but there's nothing that tells us or guidelines to how to decontaminate from 2 drugs. The best way to do it, I find, is to use liver detoxing and to work through it with you individually. And usually it takes a lot longer, but it can be done. Thank you.
Okay, he went a little over there, but I let him go. All right. Okay, so for Jamie Armstrong, our registered psychotherapist, the question is, why should I go to a psychotherapist? And go.
Because we're awesome. Gosh, there's kind of 2 parts really to that question. One is just basically understanding that you have a brain, and so getting any therapy from any therapy provider would be useful. Our brains go out of tune, just like a guitar. It's designed to go out of tune whether you use it or you don't. Our brains are the same way. So it's designed to go out of tune, and just having therapy in itself to retune that would be useful. Who you see is just who's a good fit for you. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor, and they generally provide just medication management and prescribing and diagnosing and assessing. And psychology psychologists, and they're all covered by OHIP. Psychologists are partially covered by OHIP. They can also diagnose. They can't prescribe medication, and they do provide therapy services. And psychotherapists and social workers are similar. We are not covered by OHIP at all, and that's it. We can't diagnose and we can't do meds, but we can provide therapy. So it's just finding a fit and knowing what makes sense for you and that you have a brain. So therapy is needed.
Thank you. All right. And Alex, yeah, you want to just, thank you. Okay, so for our fitness expert, here we go. For Alex, what kinds of programs do you offer at your gym?
I got this.
We got this one. And go.
Okay, so at the gym, at our CrossFit facility, we offer personal training. So that's, meeting one-on-one, doing a personalized program. With that, we could also do group training, maybe you and your wife or a friend want to come in at the same time, we do that. We are a CrossFit affiliate in such that we have classes scheduled. So all of our classes and programs that we have are taught by coaches. You're not going to stand there going scratching your head trying to decide what you're going to do. We do all the programming for you, and not only that, we make sure that you're doing it correctly, all the movements are safe. Once those movements are being performed safely and appropriately, then we amp it up a little bit, maybe adding a little bit of weight or changing the rep scheme, things like that. And that's all at the gym. Should I stick to the gym? I'll just stick to the gym then, because we have the yoga studio and the float as well. But we also offer, I do a lot of training myself personally with elderly people, a lot of elderly guys actually, I don't know, they're coming out to seek that. So I work on balance, I work on simple things like getting up from a seated position. I do see a lot of post-rehab people as well, and total knee replacements, things like that, hey, I want to get moving again. So we do that, and depending on your goal, you can be a uber athlete. We've got people that have competed at the World Games, the CrossFit Games. Jasper is also one of the uber athletes. And we've got people that, hey, I just want to be able to pick up my groceries and play with my grandkids.
Awesome. Fantastic. I'm just going to throw in a little plug there that I know one of the seniors you're talking about. I can picture him in my head. And every time I go in there, I remember when I first was going in and he was very overweight, could hardly move. And fast forward to now, and he's like a different person, and he's probably 70 years old, 65, 70. I mean, it's incredible. So don't think that seniors are not for this. It absolutely is. Okay, moving on. So we're going to go back to Dr. Darrell. We got our timer ready back there? Okay.
Let me double check that with me.
Okay, here we go. So, Dr. Darrell, how do I get rid of back pain?
It's a good one. Most people think that chiropractic care is about helping people with back pain. And the reality is, what we are is people that work with the nervous system. And we repair your spine and nervous system. And by doing that, it increases mobility, function, decreases inflammation, and ultimately helps you with back pain. So if your nervous system was in your big toe, people would come to us thinking, I have a big toe problem. So, it's your spine is functioning. Back pain is a very, very clear indication that, as Dr. Andrew says, that there is a sympathetic override. And your parasympathetic system is in trouble. So it's an indicator. And also, back pain usually means it's been there a very, very long time. Because babies have problems right away. How many babies and young kids come home and say, oh, I got a back pain today? But they had their problem begin. An average child will fall 4,000 times by the time they're 10 years old. Back pain is a result of an area of your spine that hasn't been working for a long, long time. So getting it working better will feel better.
Did you see me move there? I was about to come right up. All right.
Only 10 seconds.
Okay, we're going to David now.
You gave him extra time.
Now, David, you will not get extra time this time, sir. Okay. Okay, so David, antidepressant meds are hard to get off. It causes anxiety. How do I conquer that, and what is the time frame to do it?
So thank you. So antidepressant medications, a lot of the antidepressants also are anti-anxiety drugs, citalopram, Effexor, or there's a number of different drugs anyway that will affect your frame of mind. And so it can take up to a year to year and a half to come off them for some people, and to some extent it's genetic. So if your genetics are staged in such a way and you haven't been on the drug that long, which is the other factor, you can actually come off quite quickly. So the conquering is all in nature's program, and to some extent you can influence or speed it up with nutrition. Really good ways to conquer nutrition: getting the liver to work a lot harder, exercise, nutrition. And we use at the store, we recommend a lot of minerals and specifically enzymes to help your body cope. So that's it. I stuck to the time. Just
I saw the timer go by. That wasn't me, that was you. All right, Jamie. All right, let's pick a good one here. This one. Okay, for Jamie, how valuable is behavioral modification in psychotherapy?
I thought you were going to ask what my favorite color was. That's a tough question. I don't want to devalue behavior modification. I think when there's some things about it, but ultimately, if the behavior you're trying to modify is coming from an emotional response, behavior modification isn't going to be useful, because that top part of your brain is offline. Behavior modification works on like a reward system and things in that nature, and you have to understand, to do this you get that. I know not to punch you in the face because I don't want to go to jail, but you can give me all the cookies in the world to get me to stop doing it, but the part of my brain that gets that isn't online when it's happening. So you've got to work with your bottom brain to clear that, and that's not going to happen through behavior modification. So it's a balance in knowing what it is you're looking to modify. If you want your teenager to come home on time, then I would reward them. But if they're coming home yelling at you, then there's something else emotionally going on, and rewarding that or changing anything isn't going to be useful.
Okay, so last question here for Alex. Okay, Alex, I am a senior, 72, almost 73, and currently doing chair yoga at North Simcoe Health Team? North Simcoe Health Team, maybe? Okay, is this a good form of exercise for me? So I think they mean CrossFit. Oh, maybe they don't.
No, it's chair yoga.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is chair yoga a good form of exercise for me?
Absolutely, yeah. It is something. It gets you moving, right? Chair yoga is, we're starting to do that a little bit today with our sit to stand, right? This is a very good form of functional training, in which you're going to get moving, in which you're going to get your multi-joints happening. But what you have to realize is there will probably become a point where, I've been in this program for 2 years and we're doing the same routine. I'm finding it pretty easy now. You have to amp it up a little bit. So just making sure that any program, whether it's chair yoga, whether it's weightlifting, whatever it is, that you have the ability, and this is, it's something you have to realize, and hopefully you've got a coach with you, that I have to change it. I have to modify or increase, maybe it's weight, increase reps, so that I am still getting benefit from it. Yeah, absolutely. Keep doing it. They always, the old cliche of something's better than nothing. Do it. But then realize when, okay, now it's time to amp that up a little bit, or add a little bit of weight or speed or whatever it may be, in order to still provide you with the benefit.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. So if anybody had, and there was tons of questions that came in, so if you did not get your question answered, please go talk to them afterwards. They're going to be located, so each one of, so David, Jamie, and Alex will be located in one of the rooms on the left side. You'll see their picture right on the front. And then the 3 doctors here will be at the back after we finish speaking. So what I'm going to do now is, you have all gotten a piece of paper that tells you everything that each one of these practitioners are offering you today. So if this is interesting to you and you want to take advantage of that, then you'll have that. Should be on the bigger piece of paper. Yes, that one there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each person 1 minute to sort of promote themselves, tell you what this is about, tell you how you can get involved with them if this is intriguing you and you want help with this further. So we're going to start out, let's start it at the end. So we'll start with Alex. We got our timer back there. You got 1 minute. All right, here we go.
Here it comes, the shameless self-promo. So yes, guys, again, there are multiple, this area, this community is great because there's a number of facilities, fitness programs, and fitness instructors and things like that. So what I want you to do is figure out what gels for you. We all have different mechanics. I like mine, you like yours, you like your dentist, I like mine. So you have to figure out, number one, what works for you. Right? Don't just step into a gym or facility because they're offering, a discount to new members. If you need a discount to go somewhere to start something, you're already setting yourself out for failure. Make the decision because you really want to see it and you see value in that, right? So yeah, that gym might be I know we're a more expensive gym than most gyms in town, and to do personal training with me is more expensive than most gyms in town. But there's a reason for that. There's a value there, right? I didn't just take a weekend course and become a fitness trainer. But again, find what works for you. So at Driven, we have that. Anybody who wants to talk about our yoga and our retreat facility and our flotation tanks, please come see me in the back.
Okay, if you want to pass that right along to Jamie, have we got our timer ready? Okay, go ahead.
Did you hear any shameless plug here? I mean, the reason why I think this is so great is because we're mostly interested in making sure that you guys are equipped with knowledge and information to do things for yourself. So very much similar in the same way, when you're thinking about therapy, you don't have to see me. You can see anyone. I do approach therapy in a way that is different than traditional talk therapy. I'm using a brain-based neuroscience approach, and so because of that, you want to make sure anyone you're seeing is a really good fit for that. I'm using humor and experiential techniques in hypnosis. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. It's not being asleep or in a trance or things like that. If you've been to a scary movie and jumped at the scary part, that's a form of hypnosis. You didn't consciously decide, but you were awake and alert as it happened. Mindfulness, meditation, those are all forms of hypnosis too. They just don't call it that. So when you're thinking about therapy, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have to make sure you're finding someone who's a great fit. I have cards for phone consultations. Just give me a call. I'm happy to talk through anything with you. And I'm located right here in Midland and also in Wasaga Beach.
Okay, got our next one? All right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, Harbour Life Holistic Remedies, 231 King Street. We have a comprehensive service, the only service provider where we are able to address the drugs and the therapeutics, or what they call functional medicine, which is the process that we identify how your body is misfiring, misbehaving, or otherwise not doing you justice, and how to learn to correct it using nutrition, supplements, and lifestyle changes. So we help you by doing consultations. We can either do it online. We have quite a few clients over yonder in Britain, in the far off continents on the east. And we help people by helping them understand how their drugs work, how their supplements work, how the supplements interact with the drugs. And they're very, very, oftentimes they're very simple. That's it. 231 King Street, come by and see us anytime, make an appointment. It's very important to make an appointment. We don't have time to see you unless you make an appointment. Thank you. Bye.
All a little rushed.
Okay, Dr. Darrell, you are go.
Better Life Chiropractic is an extremely unique chiropractic facility. We, as Dr. Andrew was talking about, our primary focus is to improve your nervous system, which is it's absolutely unique in the chiropractic profession if you've been to other chiropractors around here. And if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Back pain, neck pain typically is where we meet people because that's where they come in with that level of understanding. I just have a back problem and that's why I go to a chiropractor. But once they come here, our entire goal is to get them to think not only feeling better, but functioning better and having a nervous system that's actually healthy so you can live a full, vibrant, and healthy life. You have to make a decision that that's what you want to do. We have many people that come here, and many people are not prepared to make that kind of commitment. I love what you were saying. You just got to do it. He came to the back and said, you've been missing the gym a little while, you're not doing it. So, you know what, we bring you in and we really set a program to actually get healthy, so it's pretty awesome.
Okay, and he forgot to mention we are doing posture checks back here. So anybody who's, I think most people in here are patients in this first session, but if you are not a patient and you're interested, the 3 doctors will be doing posture checks. I'm going to add on to that. And it's your time. I'm not sure.
Hey, it's our facility. We get to break the rules. But if you're new here, you would have filled out a stress survey, we call it. And if you checked out anything on there, then those are very, very obvious, clear indicators that you have problems in the nervous system. And we strongly recommend that you get a checkup. There is, help me out with this because I should have said this during my 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'll do it better the next time.
Okay. So anybody who got a gift bag, which I think is a patient, and you're a patient, yes. So this does not regard you, but in a later session it will. We'll get a free checkup for everybody else. It is $20 for a full checkup. You'll see that all on your sheets there, so that's okay. And everybody on here has an offer. You will also see those on your sheets. Okay guys, thank you so much for being here. We are so excited. This was our first event, our first run through this. So thanks for being our guinea pigs. We appreciate it. And we're excited to have you all here. We can't wait for our next one. So like I said, if you're interested in another workshop, go make sure you sign up with Barb at the front. Otherwise, have an incredible day. Thank you.